this is Carla with Fun Schooling the Sensational Six, and I am doing this video in collaboration with Pepper and Pine. And the topic of this video and this playlist is homeschool authenticity. And the best way for me to share on this particular topic is to give you a brief description of our journey and how we found our sweet spot and what works best for us. So I would say, number one, we started very rigid, very methodical, systematic homeschoolers for quite some time, and I hated it and my kids hated it. And so it made it very difficult. And basically what I was doing, because I didn't know anyone that was homeschooling at the time except for one person, and so I just did everything that that person was doing, or what I assumed that they were doing, and followed that rhythm. And as a result of that, it didn't work for us and we didn't like it. And so we went from doing that, from being, you know, my husband's a Marine, I am a AAA personality, and we were just, everything was rigid and timed and everything like that. And we went from that to cold turkey unschooling, which was the opposite direction. And it was pretty interesting. And in the process of doing that, I found out that I really didn't fit in a pretty little box. We had, I guess I can kind of say, I had internal conflict, so to speak. We didn't fit in, we weren't free enough for typical unschoolers, and we were not traditional enough for homeschoolers. And so we never really found someone that did things like us. And that was frustrating, because I think we all want to relate. We all want to be a part of a group of people that are like us. And I haven't found that. I've looked high and low for people to do things exactly like I do them. And I just haven't found anyone. And I have finally, you know, over the last couple years, been okay with that. Been okay with the fact that just because we do things differently, doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means different. Different isn't always wrong. It's just different. And I think what's important is that we not seek for validation with everything that we do. Our validation should be the fruit that we bear with our children. And so you can be your authentic homeschooling self, or the homeschooling mom that you need to be to the children that you were blessed with. Versus watching and trying to copy what everybody else is doing. And there's a difference between seeing a good idea and seeing a good idea that works for you. And as you begin to recognize your sweet spot and exactly what works for you, you'll be less and less apt to just go with everything, go with the wind. It's okay to see things and say, hey, that would be a great idea. I'll try that, because it fits within how you are as a homeschool facilitator and how your children learn. Then that's great. You can take on new ideas and ways of doing things. But I think that it's intimidating, especially on social media, when you see people's pictures and videos and things of that nature. And I'm guilty myself. And you question yourself and you say, well, maybe I should be doing more of this or less of this, and maybe I should be doing things this way. I have finally found my happy balance. And no, I don't fit into a complete homeschooler category, and I certainly don't fit into a traditional homeschooler category. And one thing that I have found is that I'm okay with that. We are interest-led learners, child-led learners, world schoolers, whatever you want to call it. What's important is that your children are thriving, that they are growing, that they are succeeding, and that they are learning, and that you guys are enjoying the journey together. And whatever you call yourself, you don't even have to have a title or fit into a box for that matter. You can be okay with what is working. So the reason I share our journey on social media, and in particular our videos on YouTube, is not so much to say, hey, you should be like us, but to say, hey, think out of the box. One thing that I always tell homeschoolers, do more of what works for you and change what is not working. So if something's not working, then go on the hunt for something that may help or spark an idea. But if something is working for you, keep doing more of it. Do as much of it as you can. If it's working for you and your children, do not be swayed in any direction in that particular area. So I think it's very important that we as homeschool moms not beat ourselves up or beat each other up for not fitting into pretty little boxes that say you have to do everything just like this. Be encouraged. Know that what you are doing is a labor of love and that your children will benefit from it. And like I said, do more of what works for you and change what does not work for you. But know that your homeschool is your homeschool and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. So if you want to be part of this particular playlist, you can feel free to inbox Pepper and Pine or actually respond on her video comment section and let her know that you want to be a part of this as a YouTube homeschool mom. And feel free to check out her videos and subscribe. She has great information as well as all of the other moms on this particular playlist. But I was very honored to be a part of this particular playlist and share our journey and what has worked for us. So thank you and enjoy your journey.